speaker would be Jay Strickland. My Daddy's Electric Fence, Jay Strickland. My
My name is Willard Jensen. I'm 96 years old. I'm going to tell you a little story about a little ranch out in Foul Fjord, Texas. That's where I grew up, and my daddy raised cows and goats. Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you about cows. Cows are dumb. They're dumb. If one of them facing this way, they're all facing this way. You know, if one of them walking this way, they're all walking this way. They're just dumb. Got to eat grass and hay. Now goats are smart. Goats eat everything but rocks. You know, but they're hard to keep in a pasture. You know, they can jump high. I'm gonna tell you one thing: a goat can jump as high as a grasshopper in a hurricane. So anyway, what happened? So one of these ranchers told my daddy, said, Harvey, that's my daddy's name, Harvey, said, you need to electrify your fence. Yeah, right. He said, well, how do you do that? I said, well, you get one of these pulsators down at the hardware store for $39 and you put it to the fence. And when them goats walk over there and stick their nose up and give them a little joke, they don't do that no more. He said, well, that's a good idea. Well, he went on there and said, now why should I go down there and spend $39 at the hardware store for a pulsator when I got electricity right there in the house? So he and I go out there and we hook it to that fence. And them goats are smart. They're smart. They're watching us. They're saying, what do you think they're doing? He said, I don't know, but why don't we let one of them dumb cows go over there and stick their nose on the fence and see what it is? Good idea. So one day it's kind of raining a little bit, a little wet. One of them dumb cows walk over there and stick his nose on the fence and kapow! Hair, hide, everything went about 100 feet in the air. We knocked out the power in the whole county. So my daddy says, what happened? We all run out there, and the cow kind of looked like this. Petrified, you know, just laying out there. So my daddy said, well, I guess we just used a little bit too much electricity. I said, yeah, we did. Well, he said, well, we got to go out there and do something with this cow. So he said, well, we got to butcher it. Well, the cow's already cooked. And the meat's kind of red and kind of dried up a little bit, you know. So we went out there and Daddy commenced to butcher that cow a little bit. And he chewed some of it and he said, well, he said, why don't you try some of this? And so I said, well, okay, so how do you eat it? He said, well, you just stick it in your mouth and jerk it. Well, that makes sense. I said, okay, so we jerk it. So he said, he got cut. Somebody said, I think I'm going to take some of it down to this grocery store and sell some in little bags. I said, that's a good idea, Daddy. Yeah, well, I said, well, what you going to call it? He said, going to call it beef jerky. Beef jerky. So here, I'm going to leave you with this. Next time you're running down that I-45 and you pull in one of them convenience stores and go in and buy you a little bag of beef jerky, just remember it all started on a little ranch outside of Foul Fjord, Texas, and my daddy's electric fence.